And we are live, guys. Welcome to yet another live session from Men of High Value channel with Joseph Darling, which is my name. So let's see here now. Remember the chat? I'm ready to chat with you every single day, 5:45 Oslo, Norway time. So if you want to have personal coaching live, online, every single day, then this is the place. So this is day 20. I've spoken about a lot of different things, okay? A lot of different things. And today, I'm speaking specifically to those who have long-term partners. In the past, I've mentioned if you have a long-term partner, then you should keep her. Of course, if you have a family, if you have kids, you don't mess with that relationship. You're going to do everything possible in order to make her happy. You're going to do everything possible in order to make your kids happy. To divorce out of a situation like that, it's not acceptable. That's one of the reasons why it's one of the reasons why the world is the way it is today, is because people divorce so easily. And it's going to be a tricky subject, but it's important that we take care of this now, early in the game, so you understand where this is going, where we're heading to. So number one, the woman's happiness and the kid's happiness. That's where it's at. Okay, and I'll do anything to help a family and a relationship to survive. But number two, it's critical that you take control of the situation in everything. Right now, if you're a normal person, a normal man in a marriage, she is wearing the pants. She is making pretty much all decisions. She is, even the important ones, where you have the neck. No, wait, how is it? The man is the head, but the woman is the neck, because she turns the head. You've heard the saying, and it's so true. 95% of the time, the woman will always decide in the relationship. But you have to understand that when the woman decides in the relationship, you will be kept down. You will never become highly successful by having a woman control you in your relationship. I've had women control me throughout my entire life. I had a 2-year pause of that when I was in Africa and being a missionary. And during that time, there was no woman controlling me, and I had the most successful time of my life. I came back to Norway, and suddenly, for some reason, over the next 10 years, I had a woman, or I had to answer to a woman throughout my whole life after that. A few years ago, that changed, because I started understanding the male and female dynamics at home, and I also decided to quit my full-time job. My boss at my full-time job as a metro driver, she was female, and she was the one controlling me. And that's one of the reasons why I called in on Saturday and said I'm not coming in on Monday. She freaked out, and she did not like it, because, you know, you're supposed to work for 3 more months after that. But you know what? For me, I just needed to get out of it as soon as possible, and I already had an income next to it, so I could actually do that, even though I had a wife and kids. And to be honest with you, my wife actually was the one who encouraged me strongly to just quit overnight like that. And I'm so grateful for her for that, because she wanted me to be independent. She wanted me to have full control over my life and to live my life to the fullest and be the head and be the decision maker in the family. So Where does that lead you? Let's start with the money situation. Here, your wife perhaps is working. I don't like that. The reason why is because I want women to be happy. How do these two connect? I believe that women will be so much happier if they could just smell the flowers. If they could just go about doing whatever they'd like to do. I believe that women should take care of the kids, yes. I believe that women should take care of the home, yes. And that is a very, very stressful job. And I have no idea why any woman would want, well, I do have an idea, but women are taking upon themselves too much these days and trying to be superhuman because everyone else out there is doing the same thing too. Women don't have to be superhuman. The only reason women have to be superhuman is because you, as a man, is not measuring up. You're not fulfilling her. You're not giving her the satisfaction of life that she wants to have. And that's why she escapes home to have her other life of basically having a job and providing for myself. And women are being taught these days by their mothers, you need a career of your own. You need to be independent. You need to have your own money. The reason why these women are telling this to their daughters is because throughout their life they've been living with men who they could not trust. And these men were not to be trusted because they made wrong choices consistently over a long period of time that took their relationship, their finances, and everything else down the drain. But very often that comes because the man is listening and being controlled by the woman. If the man is not being controlled by the woman, is free to choose and is free to succeed, then he can actually create exponential growth, because that takes a rational, logistical mind, and it takes him desiring to become successful. Being controlled by a woman makes you highly burdened as a man, and you won't ever get the drive and the desire to become successful. That desire does not come from a woman. It does come from a woman, but from a different kind of male and female dynamics that you believe. If the woman has the whip, you will never become successful. But if the woman understands that she needs to allow you to do what you need to do for a long period of time in order for you to create the success for her and for the kids, then and you stick to it, and you stick to your word of creating success for her, then you will create success. It's extra tricky if you have kids, because she'll demand your attention, she'll demand your help with the kids in order for things to go around. But right now, I'm telling you to have a beginner's mind with this channel and understand that things will be okay. And if she chooses to leave you because you start working really hard and you start to make certain decisions in your life, trust me, she won't. Okay? Because you're making a difference. So you're making a change. You're following a program. Now, she doesn't need to know about this. It's actually better if she doesn't. Because she just needs to see that something is happening. She just needs to see you evolve. And she will be the first one that sees that in basically this world. Eventually, everyone will look at you and say that guy, he's a success. He's a good man. He's a great guy. And he helps others and he invests in others. But your wife or your girlfriend will be the first one that sees it. And she'll love you for it. Alright, so where do we take action? Well, first of all, I would make sure I quit if I have a boss who basically controls me or have to report to at work. Do you have a female boss? Get out of the situation as soon as possible. Great. Number 2, does your woman control the finances? in your relationship? Or is she an equal partner when it comes to finances? In my relationships and in what we're trying to create, that doesn't happen. My wife, she has not wanted to have anything to do with finances for the last 8 years. We figured that out very early in our relationship, that she didn't want to work. Actually, we decided that before we got married. She does not want to work. She wants to be at home with the kids. She wants to enjoy life. She wants to do her thing. And she wants to have money to do it. But she doesn't want to create that money. She gives that responsibility to me. And I recommend that that is the same thing in your relationship too. Even if the woman does not want it to be like that, I think it's especially important to make it clear that you want have full control over the finances so that you can give back, so that you can actually create, so that you can decide what happens with the money. Now you give her the living expenses allotment. Give that to her. She can decide what to do with that money. But cash flow money, the extra cash flow, remember, your income minus the expenses, which is the two categories of rent and living expenses, you give the living expenses to her. That's her allotment. That's what she gets. Now she can keep her salary if she wants to, okay? Because you're going to create double the salary. You're going to create triple, quadruple the salary. You're going to exponentially grow your income. So if she's working and she does not want to quit her job, let her keep it. Who cares? Okay? You're doing your thing now. And you give her the living expenses budget that she needs to have in order to shop, in order to do the things that needs to get done. But you keep the cash flow. You have a specific amount for the living expenses every single month, and you only transfer once per day, if you manage to do that automatically, or twice a week. Okay? And then that specific budget is set. Now you can use that cash flow, and that cash flow is yours to decide what to do with so that you can create exponential growth with your own business or with investments. Does that make sense? Why are we doing this? Who are we doing this for? For them. For your wife and for your kids. And you, from now on, are going to be trustworthy and do what needs to get done. This is day 20 of this program. You need to get that mindset already right now. You're the man. You wear the pants. You decide what happens to the economy of your family. And that's the way we want to have it done. Okay? When it comes to other things, like what happens in the house, or where you put the knives and forks, or how you set up the table and decorations and so forth, you understand that that is not your job. You let her decide. Got it? So I'm not saying that you should decide everything in your family, and that's says that the way it is, the way it is. No, give her the things that belong to her, but when it comes to finances, that is yours. When it comes to working, that is yours. You're the one who is designed to do it, and you're the person who's going to succeed with it. And when it comes to, what else? Protection, all right? Safety issues, or stick to your job. You're a man, and you're supposed to be masculine, and you're supposed to have even feelings and full control of your emotions at all times. If you can do that, things are going to work out, and you're going to become highly, highly successful if you follow this program. My name is Joseph Darling. This is the Men of High Value channel. I'm excited to see you again tomorrow.